All right, I see some of you guys have tuned in now. I'm waiting on my other panelists to join me so that we can start this conversation. I'm also streaming live in case you guys didn't know on Facebook Mentions. So if you see me talking to somebody over here, I'm not crazy. Hey, everybody over there on Facebook Mentions. We're getting ready to start our blab and our simulcast of the list in a few minutes. Right now, we're on blab as well. So we're doing a simultaneous thing here. And I am waiting on Sporty, Spunky, Angel, and Cousin Chan. And I think Rodney Perry is going to be joining us soon. So thank you so much for the shout outs. I see you guys on blab. So just give me a couple moments to get started. Just for those of you guys who may not know who I am, let me just give you a brief introduction. My name is KiKi Richardson, and I am a relationship coach. I'm an author, and I'm a sexpert. I host a weekly radio show called Playing Devil's Advocate, where we have the uncomfortable conversations that people should have, but don't have often enough. And we're going to have one of those uncomfortable conversations today. So, what's up, Tiffany Invest? I see you. You just joined us over here on Blab. Please, if you're on Blab, go on your left-hand side, tweet it to your friends, post it to your Facebook wall. And for those of you guys who are watching on Facebook Mentions, I can't see your comments. So go ahead and comment so I can see you and respond to you. And make sure you share this one as well, because tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about the list. And this is for all you ladies who have written out a list of what kind of man you want and all this other good stuff. We're going to talk about that. We're going to delve into it and let you guys know how we really feel about it. And I want to find out what's on some of you guys' lists, because so many people write this stupid list and then they don't even realize what the nature of that is really all about. I see Sporty has joined. Let's get her in here. Hey, lady. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. What you mean, girl?
I can hear you now. Oh, what's up, Monty, over here? I see you, baby. The list. Yes. You ready for your list? Well, what's up, Blue, baby? What's going on? Okay, I know the people over here on Blab probably think I'm cuckoo, and the people on Facebook Mentions probably think I'm cuckoo for looking over here, but I am doing a simulcast. I am right here on Blab, and I'm also on Facebook Mentions. So if you want to be able to see Sporty, Spunky, Angel, if you want to be able to see any of the other people who want to join our conversation, and you could actually join the conversation too, jump in on the video on Blab. All you have to do is go to blab.im/KiKi_Richardson. And you will be able to find me and watch the broadcast. So, Sporty.
Yes, ma'am.
This damn list. I keep hearing these women. You know, we did a show last week when we were talking about the list and resolutions and all this stuff. But this daggone list keeps rearing its ugly head.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. So make sure you're tweeting this and make sure... Make sure you're also Facebooking it as well. You know, okay, first of all, for those of you guys who don't know what the list is this whole grocery laundry list of things that women want out of a man that they want in their lives.
Wow.
Now, yeah. And we kind of touched on this on the show when I said, Rodney Perry's in the building. Welcome.
Ooh, hey, RP.
He's coming. He's gone. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all want to see Rodney Perry, y'all need to come over here to this blab. I'm telling you. What's up, RP?
What up?
Hey, RP.
How y'all doing? This is dope as hell. I'm so sick of KiKi knowing all the technology. I'm sick of it.
You and her are the ones who always wrote me into this shit, I swear.
I'm so sick of you and your complaining. Ever since you got your new, long, luxurious hair, you've been acting funny. I'm just going to tell you.
Is that what it is? Oh, Lord.
You have been a problem ever since you got this hair.
Okay. I'm going to cut it off so I can get back to it.
Ever since you got the hair.
Leave it alone.
Don't be like me. She called me a bald head hoe, so don't be like me.
Not a hoe, not the
Cut
hoe.
all your
Oh Lord.
She's my favorite dog.
Yeah, you remember that song by the Ghetto Boys, bald head hoe? Yeah, that's what she called me. But okay, so for those, and up pops the original truth.
Oh
Cousin Chad
Lord,
is now
the
in the
whole
building.
team is together.
Rodney, you don't want to see the
I
phone
gotta
in
get
your
my
hand?
phone situated so I can go hands free.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what you're gonna be needing to do with your hands, but okay, I'll let it ride.
Say, what?
Okay, it is.
Why is this in your drawer in your desk?
Oh my God!
Stay out of my desk. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I need to know why that's in your desk drawer. But okay, I'll let you have that. What's up to everybody on Facebook mentions? Like I said, I'm just being joined by Rodney Perry, Sporty, Spunky, Angel, and Cousin Chin is going to be joining the stream momentarily.
So they can
now
see
we're about to talk about this list.
Yes, they can see us
on Facebook.
Yes, they can see.
Get the fuck out of here. Can the Facebook people see this?
I have Facebook
on her Facebook mentions. Yes,
the Facebook. They can see me. I can turn the camera around so they can see you. Chan, you might want to mute yourself.
Yeah. Y'all can hear me because I can't hear or see y'all.
You gotta...
See, now they can see you. See
oh, got it. So it's like earlier. You're on Facebook mentions. They can see you, and then but you can turn it around and let them see us.
Yes,
that's dope. That's
yes,
dope.
That is correct. So if they want to see everyone, they can come on over to Blab right now and be a part of the conversation. They can actually get an open seat if they want to get an open seat. They can chat with us. They can tweet. They can ask questions. They can do all of that stuff right here on Blab. So if you are unfamiliar, if this is your first time, we're busting Rodney Perry's Blab cherry today.
I don't like that way that sounds. Not at all.
Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate it. He says I look good with my hair like this, by the way. So since we're gonna pop Rodney Perry's cherry on Blab today, hopefully he's tweeting this out to his people. We have an interactive chat room right here on Blab as well as on Facebook mentions. Y'all can't see them, so y'all need to come on over. And then you can tweet right there inside this program. You can post to your Facebook wall right there on this program. You can ask us questions. You can join us because it's 4 seats. Right now we have 1 available. So you got, no, we don't, not anymore because Cousin Chen decided she wanted to tag in. But we can rotate. That's fine. That's all good. The list, Rodney, women, we're very methodical in the way that we do things, and we always want to have things organized, and we think we got everything under control. But this keeps rearing its head in terms of what kind of man these women want, single women want, and these lists are getting very detailed. I'm all about specificity and making sure you tell but I'm also annoyed. Did you just blow your nose?
I did.
Okay, see, this is live stream, y'all. This is live stream. We are real people.
Let me tell you something. I tried to leave. See, I was way over here with it. You could have just let it go, but you had to say something.
No, they heard it. They just wasn't sure what it was. All right, so they're getting very specific, and I'm all about specificity. I'm all about letting people know and being exact about what it is that you want. However, the detail in which these ladies are coming up with, somebody shared their list with me. And hush up, Nakia. They shared their list with me, and on this list, Rodney, they had how much money he should make. No less than X amount of thousands of dollars a year.
Wow,
they
really?
Had how much he should.
Was she fine?
No, this man doesn't exist yet, though. That's what I'm saying. This is the kind of man that they want, right? So he needed to make X amount of dollars at least per year. How tall he had to be, how much he had to weigh, if he should have dimples or not, and if he had any. If he had kids and how many, if he did, how many it should have. And I mean, all of this stuff. Look at Rodney. He frozen. They had this whole list just prepared out about what kind of dude that they wanted. Now, like I said, I'm all about the specificity. But if somebody were to write down a list about what kind of woman that they want, this woman that is writing this list out, she can't even measure up to the shit that she's asking for a man to measure up to.
You know, that's probably the biggest problem with the list is, you know, you have these lofty goals for a guy, which is within your realm of things to ask for. Let's start there. I mean, you know, I'm a father with 5 girls. I want my daughter to shoot for the stars, but you got to be a star. You know, if you shooting for the stars, you know what I mean? So you want to have your stuff together, and I mean, and or at least be a work in progress. You know, but you know, if you stay in your lane too. You know, if you ratchet, get you a drug dealer.
No, you can upgrade, but you got to be upgradable.
Wow.
That's it right there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm all about, you know, high upward mobility. But if you want this guy who has an 820 credit score, if you want this guy who makes 6 figures a year, then you shouldn't have difficulty paying your $375 rent that you have with Section 8.
I mean, this is the thing. I'm okay with the list itself, with the theory of the list, because you know you ask God for the things you want, and He will provide, and you do have to be specific. Oh Lord, somebody, hold on, you got to pull your hair back, cousin Chan, or something, girl. This is video. Oh, there we go. That's bad. That's cute. Okay. Do that. Oh, goodness gracious.
Don't
anyway,
do her.
So I'm okay with the list itself, but again, and he could have 1 or 2 lofty characteristics, but don't create a guy that either doesn't exist or a guy that wouldn't look at you anyway. Hello.
Well, how do you know if he would look at you or not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You won't know unless you. But you know, I don't even have a problem with you. Hold on.
Here's the thing, KiKi. You know what your lane is, because we have that conversation all the time about people trying to talk to us, and they know good doggone well on no other day would they even remotely try to do it. So, got a point.
I mean, I get it, but again, life and dating and all this relationship stuff is a matter of averages. You got to keep going up to bat if you think you're gonna ever gonna hit, right? So you can't go up to bat. You got to ask at some point in order to find out if that's something that's available to you. Because just because he all dressed all refined don't mean that he don't really like a little butter every now and again.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
Somebody on
that's me.
Somebody on Facebook mentions asked me to ask you guys, well, what if you have your stuff together? Right?
Well, here's my thing about the list. People are so quick to make these extravagant lists and what they want to bring, you know, what they want to bring brought to the table, but you don't even have a damn table. You know, how you gonna tell me he's got to make at least $100,000 and have a PhD, and your ass ain't even graduated from the 8th grade. You know, you eating from the phone table.
Let me ask you this though, Sporty. So you can't dream. You can have a dream. I mean, because this is imaginary, really. Up until you start dating, it's really imaginary. So somebody could have whatever they want on a fictitious list, right?
Yeah, but that this is not fictitious.
Here's the problem with the list, though, Rodney. You can have the fictitious list all you want, or you can have because the point of the list is to get your heart's desire, your dream, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that you expect for this person to show up and stick. And then when you're not meeting these men, you're sitting up saying, ain't no good men out here. That's what I'm saying. You're creating a man that does not exist, and then you eliminate a whole bunch of good men, and then you upset when you don't find the quote unquote man, and you're saying that these men don't exist. Yeah, there are men that exist that may have, let's say you got 10 things on your list. They might meet 6 of those criteria. However, the 6 that you because they don't reach 10, you're not even looking for them. Or if they do have the 6 that you fit, on your list, you don't even measure up to the 6.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, why don't we say this then? For the list then, let's say lists are okay, but don't lock yourself into the list. Because that seems to be what we agree on. It's like the lists are okay, and even having a lofty goal or 2 on the list is okay. But I think what we're saying more than anything is the list has to be realistic and relative to your own position, right?
Absolutely, it should be realistic and relative. But again, here's the thing that I find interesting about that is that the people who have these lofty goals and this list that has all this shiny shit on it are the ones that don't measure up. It's always the one who don't measure up. Have you ever noticed you've seen a woman who got her shit together with some dude that is not even worth 2 dead flies smashed? You're like, what is she doing with this cat? Right? Because she didn't set no goals. She didn't have no standard. But then you got the girl who has this standard that's through the roof, who's not even worth a half of what she done put on that list. It's like when you see somebody out, it's this girl in an outfit that she thinks she killing them. When she walked out the house, she was like, I will kill him. Uh-oh. You know damn well she don't need to have that on. And she knows it, and her friends know it, and everybody knows that sees her, but they won't say nothing.
Why is Shan looking at you like she can see you in the corner?
She not talking to me. She's
looking at you like, girl, you killing it.
Right. She's talking to her grandbaby. She was like,
you killing it, KiKi. You doing that. You killing it.
Monty on Facebook says that or you don't prioritize the list right, and you throw away the roles with the minor dents in it. Now, we're all damaged goods. We all coming into the situation with something. However, I do agree with you that prioritizing is important. Now, you're going to throw away the 5'7" man, but he makes the 7 figures and he treats you like a queen and he's all these other stuff, right? You're going to throw away that guy because he's short. That's what I find more interesting is that the list that I find more interesting isn't the list of things that they want. It's the list of the shit that they don't want.
Uh-oh.
Well, ain't that the most important?
No, because here again, I don't want a guy who, like, for instance, they'll say, I don't want somebody that's 5'7" or under 6 feet. Whatever, right? I'm not somebody that's under 6 feet. Now, put out, there are a lot of successful men.
You excluded a ton of people.
Right.
That's potentially great guys.
Right.
You could be missing out on the one that's absolutely right for you because he's not 6 feet tall.
Now, let me give y'all this school of thought, though, ladies, because I think this is kind of a female concept in terms of list, because a guy a lot of times is going to probably gravitate to the lesser of the women. I mean, you said, well, he got this list, and you don't add up to the list, but a guy is probably. Men like to save women. Men like to save people. So the woman that really got her shit together is probably going to be by her goddamn self.
I mean, I get that. I mean, I'm aware of that because men typically are, like I said on the other thing I did the other day, men are simple and they're going to go for the path of least resistance. The girl who has the least amount and you have the most. So if then you're probably going to pick that one because she's going to be less trouble. So you think, right?
Well, no, you're a provider. We men are providers. We're hunters. So because of that, you tend to gravitate to women that need you. And what happens, which this is steering the conversation somewhere else.
It's okay. We can go wherever it leads. Wherever it leads.
A lot of our professionals end up, on the single train because they don't. There's no place for a guy to help to provide.
Okay.
guys that want to provide.
You're absolutely right. And the dirty Southern girl says women have to become needy. You don't have to become needy, but you have to make space, as Rodney was saying, for him. You have so many women who are successful. They have their own house, they have their own car, they have everything, and they have not made space. Their life is so full that they don't have space for a man to be in there. And a lot of times women who make that list, maybe we should rearrange the damn list. Maybe it should be a different type. You know what I mean? Maybe it should be like, what the things that I should do to prepare myself to be ready to have somebody in my life. Then this is the kind of man that I want. Because you can want that man all you want, but if you haven't made space for him, you're not going to be able to attain him, maintain it, or sustain it.
Wow.
True. I agree with that.
That's a great concept, because somebody hit me with a question, and this is for anybody really that's trying to do anything. It was like, because we're all working toward something. And he said, Rodney, what if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt in 12 months you would be everywhere you wanted to be? You would be selling, 15,000 CDs. What if you knew that for a fact, that God said, I'm going to bless you with all that stuff you want in 12 months? What would you do to prepare for that right now? And so I think that's a great way to approach it. Like KiKi just said, okay, I know I'm going to get a great guy. So how do I prepare myself for him?
Right. Well, I had somebody just ask me a question or just make a statement on Periscope saying that it would be out of our nature not to have a man in our lives, or vice versa.
Wait a minute, say that again.
They said it would be out of our nature not to have a man, or vice versa. It'll be out of the man's nature not to have a woman, or out of our nature not to have a man. Whatever the list, whatever the issue, we have to figure it out some kind of way, because it's out of our nature not to have one, not to have.
Right. I agree. It is natural for us to have companionship, to want and long for that companionship. That's part of the human condition. However, where I have the problem is that you have people who are, I wish these people leave me alone. I'm on air.
I know, right? Don't you hate that?
Where the disconnect lies, though, Chan, is that what they're quick to say, there are none, right? There are none. But the list that you've narrowed it down to, I'm not going to date outside my race. He's got to be this tall. He got to make X amount of dollars. He can't have no kids. Now, what I also find ridiculous is women with children talking about they want a man who don't have no kids. Like, really?
Well, yeah. They already finished that part.
Well, maybe because they just don't want to have any more children. They feel like they have enough children. I've heard so many excuses behind they don't want to date a man with children. It sounds ridiculous to me, because if you don't want to date a person with children, then how would they be able to handle you being a parent that has children? That doesn't make sense. You need, because they're going to have to deal with them eventually if you're going to be in relationship with this person. So,
I can understand if you don't have kids and you don't want a man with kids. Y'all want to start that off fresh. But if you have kids, how do you not want a man with kids?
Right.
That don't make no sense. Because I have kids.
But that's the ass backwards ass mentality that these women have, though, Chan.
Ass backwards.
You got to have kids. You got to have a kid or two. Because I ain't giving you none. So you need.
Whoa.
Go ahead and handle that one.
Just to give you an idea of what she means, just so you know what she talking about, she threw a perfectly good fish back in the water and said, you need to go ahead and get yourself a baby mama or two before you come here, because I ain't doing no more kids.
Yeah, I did say that. That was me. I said that.
You did that? Said that?
Yeah, she did that, And that's nothing wrong. But here's the thing: and again, this will probably take us down, another rabbit hole, which I don't really give a rat's ass about, because the conversation is what we need. But the thing about it is that there are times when most of us will get in situations, and I want to ask you this too, Rodney, from a dude's perspective, is that you guys go into situations knowing and y'all not nowhere remotely where she is, and you'll still encourage it.
I mean, because it's all a means to an end for most part for most guys. I mean, you in the relationship. I mean, not even for the relationship's sake. You're in a relationship for the sex of it. And so once you've achieved that goal, then you're too far down to turn around. What happens in most cases, with guys. So you end up, either lying to her and yourself or just to her.
Okay, what do you think about this? If you met a woman when you were dating, and then this is for the other ladies, I want to know how many of you guys have done this or are not afraid to do it, because I know a lot of women won't because they're afraid that they're going to lose the dude right out the gate. But how would you take it if a woman said to you, Rodney, from the gate, y'all had a conversation, and say, for instance, you don't want any more kids, she want kids, right? He still can have kids, and you want to pursue her. Under most circumstances, you would be a good fit for her. However, you don't want something that she doesn't want. If she said to you, you know what, I can't fool with you because we want different things, how would you feel about that? Would you still pursue her?
You know what? I would feel some type of way. I think. I mean, if I was a single man out there in the dating world, and I knew some point in my life I wanted kids, that would make her undesirable to me. If she communicated to me that she wasn't in the market for that.
No, she wants kids. You don't.
She wants kids. I mean, I think everybody. First of all, I ain't never planned no kids. I got 6 kids. I have yet to sit down and go, hey, you know what? We should have a child. So I don't know if I'm qualified to even answer this question, because I didn't plan to be a father, but it's one of those things that I'm most proud of is fatherhood. So in turn, that might not be disqualifying. It depends on how much I like her. It might not be disqualifying. Now, if she couldn't have kids, I've had friends that married women that couldn't have kids, and I'm like, dude, are you sure you want to do that, man? Because don't you want a son or a daughter one day? And he's like, man, you know what? I love her enough to not have children, and you gotta respect that.
Rodney, one of the things I will tell you, though, even though he loved her enough to not have children, I'm going to tell you, you never know how those children may come about. Because I said, plain as day, I'll never forget, like 5 months ago, to the guy, that I'm not having any more babies, unless they come out walking, talking, and already potty trained. I'm not having no more children. And I will say, between the two of us, he has 4 and I have 2 adult children. And I'll be damned if I don't have a walking, talking, potty trained 3-year-old in my care. Now.
But okay, I'm gonna read some of the stuff that's coming in, guys. And let me say to those of you guys who are watching us on Facebook Mentions, we lost our original stream, but again, I posted the link if you want to watch what's going on in Blab, because we have the original True Cousin Chan, Sporty, Spunky, Angel, and Rodney Perry right here with us right now. Rocky Miller just said to you, Rodney, he said, if you fucking, you planning.
I would consider myself planning. I've been planning. Hey, look, Rocky, I've been planning a long time, dog.
I just want to say, though, because, I had this dude, he was a really, good dude or whatever. But he was like, you bullshitting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, we don't want the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not going to play games with you and get involved in a situation with you when you want something or don't want something that I want. So we can be friends. Now, that didn't stop him from trying to pursue me, but that, that makes me keep my distance. It's like, no, you're fixed and you don't want kids. I'm not broken and I still want kids. So all we can do is be friends.
Exactly.
But you could be missing out on one of the most meaningful relationships of your life. Meaningful.
Yeah, but it comes down to which do you want to sacrifice? I can get another man, another opportunity for children. That window's closing.
Yeah, it's about to close on your fingers.
I'm young at heart. What you talking about? I don't know about my ovaries and my eggs, but
Nah, you'll be all right. You can go well into your 60s.
They was like, my nieces told me, they was like, Auntie KiKi, you need to go ahead and do it before you got powdered eggs. So,
wow.
you know.
What they know about some
Not powdered.
Yeah, they said powdered. Yeah.
Now, can I use this blab on my desktop?
Yes, you can, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think I'm about to turn off my phone. And
you gonna jump out?
My computer. I'm gonna jump out for a second to see what I got.
Okay, no problem. While you jump out, we'll let Rocky jump in.
Right.
Okay.
You in, Rock? Tag, you in.
Ready to come in. I told him I would come out if he was ready to come in.
That's all right. If that until Rodney comes back. Derek for real. Rocky's in. Tag. He's in. Coming.
Well, I'm gonna come out and let Rodney come back, so he'll have.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, and we can see the bearded wonder known as Rocky Miller.
Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Hey,
what's going on?
I see y'all got some real talk going on here.
Oh, for sure. You know how we do it, Rocky. Rodney has joined us back because the Chan jumped off the line for a minute. But I just think it's interesting. Can you join the blab from your phone? Yes, you can. The folks on Play Facebook Mention are asking. Yes, you can. Click the link. What you say? He said it's amazing. He's excited. Great. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. Yes, if you want to join, click the link and you can come in. We have a live chat room. We have everything right here for you guys. You can tweet, post to your Facebook wall, all of that stuff right here from the Blab console. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your desktop. Does not matter. All right. Rocky, in case you didn't know, Sporty.
Yeah.
We're deflowering both of them.
Yes, we
Rocky
are.
and Rodney are Blab.
But this question is, Rocky, are you laying down on your bed?
Oh, yeah, man.
On your stomach?
Yeah, man. Hey, I didn't plan on it, bro.
I am too. I'm so laying in the bed.
But
I'm not laying in my bed because there's nothing to get done because I have a love affair with my bed. But anyway,
I'm gonna sit up, man.
There you go. Thank you.
Let me ask you guys. It's kind of unfair because you guys are both married, but you do have single friends. One of the questions I want to ask you guys is,
I was terrible in my day for sure. I got all them answers. Oh,
what do you think? And what have you heard is one of the most annoying things or the most difficult things for single men dating out here or meeting women? What is the most difficult or annoying, challenging thing
for men to women? Like what gets on men's nerve about women?
Yeah.
Wow. I get a chance to talk to a lot of guys, that are like dating or in the world, and women want to turn it into something else too fast. That's when I hear guys complaining about, like, dude, we went on 2 dates and now she thinks there's something else, and I'm like, what you do? He's like, I ain't done nothing. So I'm like, so that's probably the biggest, situation is that, oh, wait a minute, what is these numbers? What's the numbers in the side? People
that means that people are giving you
like
props.
what you're saying.
You know how
they nobody
all right.
On Periscope they give you hearts.
Oh, they clapping. Oh, can I clap for myself?
They're giving you props. They giving
you cannot give yourself props. You can give us props, but you can't give yourself props.
I want to give somebody else props. Good job, KiKi.
Thank you, Rob.
That's my face when they do it.
Go ahead, Rocky.
No, what I was gonna say, I actually had I have 2 close friends that have recently put themselves back on the market. And
how they wait a minute. Stop right there, Rock. How they do it?
Wait, time out. Did you say put themselves on the market?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Hey, that's just a slick way of saying they one has been divorced and the other one is about to go through a divorce. So that's what it is.
Okay.
And so and it they're at the point to where there's no going back. So, once that happens, it's time to pursue something new. And so they're in the process of exploring their options. But one of the deals we were talking about this weekend was making the whole relationship thing a competition between them, the man and the woman. You know what I mean? The who called who first, the who I called you, you called me, I called you last, kind of back and forth, and it makes it out of a game. And
well, I don't know if it's the game. I think that, you have a lot of women who are still wanting to cling to that kind of old-fashioned thing where the guy is supposed to pursue. But the problem is that these thirsty women out here have made it hard for the kind of semi-traditional woman, because they make it so easy for guys. Guys don't have to put in the work anymore. Think about here in Atlanta.
Let me tell you something, ladies. If you waiting on somebody to put some work in, you're gonna be by your damn self.
That's what I'm saying.
Dudes is not waiting. They not. No. And if they is waiting, somebody is getting tapped while they wait for you.
Of course they are. Of course they are. We're not unrealistic about that. But what I'm saying is, it's like if you just take, the microcosm known as Atlanta, and you think about the ratio of men to women, 12-1. Fuck is he chasing you for when he got 11 other ones chasing him? He's not going to do it.
Well, you definitely, he still wants to hunt, and so he will chase. But more likely than not, he will not continue to pursue after he achieves his goal. And so once he achieves that goal, it's like, all right, thanks.
Also, I think it should be in the beginning, at least. This is just my 2 cents. In the beginning, there should be a level of cooperation that's inviting on both parties. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And that's what that's what it kind of came to me, was that nobody's trying to make it an inviting proposition. They're just trying to set up rules and guidelines of how they expect the game to go without really investing anything. And I don't think that's a realistic perception to have. I don't think that's a realistic idea. Women and men at our basic nature is, if we like somebody, we need to act like we like them. And if we don't like somebody, we need to not act like we like them. Dig what I'm saying?
But y'all don't do that though.
What do you mean?
It got real. It just got real.
Here's the thing. Women will. If we're not interested, unless we on some absolute monkey ball bullshit, like for real, if we just trying to get you for your chips or something like that, on the real, if we're not interested, we don't really too much drag you along.
Oh, okay. Right? Like I said,
you guys on the other hand, you will keep the door cracked. Hey, Mo Rocky, y'all will keep the door cracked just in case.
Hey, Rodney, I need to co-sign on this, right?
I
need to co-sign on this. As guys, right, we like our bids to be obvious, right? We like it to be obvious. We don't like smoke signals, encrypted messages, anything like that. So sometimes when y'all think y'all making it plain,
it's not plain.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Agreed.
What do you think is ambiguous? And give me the counterpart to that would be obvious. And Rocky, I'll start with you first, Rodney, and then I'll go to you, Rocky.
Something that would be okay. Just the status of our relationship. You some people, a woman might assume that we're exclusive, yet we've never said we're exclusive. So, because we've been intimate, a lot of women will say, okay, we're together. And when in a man's mind, that's just not what it is. At this juncture, we haven't, graduated to that yet.
Y'all even say that anymore, Rodney?
Thank you for the vagina.
But do y'all even say that anymore? Do y'all even come at a woman like, yo, let's make this exclusive? It's just going to be me and you till the wheels fall off.
We go together, yes.
Okay.
Somebody somewhere on another planet somewhere, maybe.
But Rocky, on the other hand, he got propositioned by you. Well, he was about to, tell everybody your testimony, Rocky.
Uh-oh. Oh, I was in a situation where, to be honest with you, we were in the bed, and
I hit you then.
We were in the bed because we it had some funny sleeping arrangements, and about this time, we wanted to consummate our friendship. And so
consummate your friendship.
Yeah. And so she, we're talking, and she's doing what I like to do, and then she comes up and looks me in my eye and says, "Hey, after we do this, we gonna be together, right?" And that scared the holy shit out of me. And
bad timing.
Yeah.
Want to get away?
Yeah.
That's a bad Southwest commercial, right?
Want to get away?
Yeah. After we do this, we gonna be together, right?
Right.
And I'm like, hold on, let's talk about it.
Okay, wait a minute. We got some commentary going on in the chat. Sporty, if you could step out for a minute because Chan wants to tag in. But C-Ball 158 in the chat room said previously that women want men to lie to them. And I asked him who told him that, right? And then he said if a man comes out and says, let's fuck, y'all don't like that. Y'all want to hear the love, I love you, or we a couple. No, that's not what we want. We want you. It's not the fact that you coming out.
How can you speak for the whole of womanhood?
Wait. I'm about to speak.
Some women are exactly that.
Hang on a second. Let me say this. We don't want you to lie. Now, we might buy the lie, but we don't want you to lie. Okay? But let's be clear about this. We would much rather, I would say, an involved woman. Let me put that premise out there.
Okay.
Let me codify that by saying an evolved woman, which much rather respect you for saying, you know what? I'm not into it. I don't want no relationship or nothing like that. I've been feeling you. I just kind of want to see what it feels like for real, other than what's in my mind. Now, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you walk up to me and I just met you, talking about come on, bro, come on, baby, let's fuck. I'm like, hello? Can you take that rapid test first, bitch? Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all in the approach. But if you honest enough to say, and that's what you want, I can respect you for that. Once you lose my respect, there's a problem. Here's the thing. I might not like what you have to say to me, but I can respect you for telling me the truth. I can't respect you for being a liar. Go ahead, Cousin Chan.
Well, what I was going to say is we have our own resident, Mr. Slap himself. Now, he'll have women who he'll mess around with every day. Every day, excuse my language, he's fucking these broads. And every day, he keeps saying he's not in a relationship. But if you fucking me 7 days a week, guess what, homie? You ain't got to say it. It's already said.
Right, if I'm spending the night over your house 4 nights out of 3, and you cook me breakfast.
She's not the one disillusioned he is what y'all saying.
And I know a lot of men that do that kind of shit. They will
stop doing boyfriend shit if you don't want to be a boyfriend.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You play the boyfriend games and then say, oh no, we're not boyfriends, but you at my house.
But we never said it.
You never said living with me. We gotta have that conversation if we already doing this.
But I'll give y'all a great example. I was talking to this young lady. I was doing a gig out in California, and she told me she was with a guy for 4 years. Come to find out, he was still married. Now, when she met him, he said, I'm married. I'm going through this separation. It'll be over soon. He disappeared, came back like, babe, it's done. Let's go. We rocking together. And was with her every night, but never got divorced.
That's her fault. She should have asked for the divorce papers.
Absolutely.
I mean, why would you not trust the guy? Because he
seemed
honest.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I won't trust him. Rocky, we don't want to see your vanity. I'll tell you why we don't trust him. And the reason why is when you got with me, you were married and you knew you were married. When you decide, that made you right there. Because here's the thing. I say to men all the time, does your wife know you single?
Mm-mm.
Right? So with that being said, I don't trust you at this point. Here's the so when you come back to me and say you disappeared for a minute, you could have disappeared and went to jail. I don't know what the hell you was doing while you disappeared. You could, you know what I mean? You could have actually been a man acting as a woman. I mean, a woman acting as a man and went and got your gender reassignment. I don't know what the hell you were doing when you disappeared. The fact of the matter is, if you're not married anymore, I need to see the paperwork. And I also need to see your test results.
Now,
I agree.
I'll say this, man. I just think the way the game is played, I just think women in general should demand more from men, meaning that, the requirements for a man to get some pussy should be more than him just having a dick. There should be some character. There should probably some employment.
If you're looking for a relationship. Right. If you're looking for a relationship, because if all you want from him is the dick, then all that other shit, only thing we need to know is your last name and your status.
Well, let me say something about that though, Keith. Most of us fellas on some level will be happy with just donating some sex, right? And that'll be enough. And that'll have us pigeonholed into whatever we doing, But I'm just talking about for the overall greater good of manhood. I just think it would behoove women to be more demanding in general.
Well, don't you think if we're more demanding, that will bring out more lies for y'all to tell, and we go right back into the rabbit hole?
I don't think so. I just think that y'all should be more diligent. There should be more due diligence on your verifying.
You know what? I think I think here's the thing. If you tell me one thing and now I have to go back and double check everything and Google all your shit, then you get mad because I researched your ass and did a credit check and a criminal background check on you. Right? You know what I mean? Then you got a problem with that.
I would be
fact of the matter is if you, what you say, Rodney?
I would be mad.
Yeah, you wouldn't or you would?
I would be mad. Like,
exactly.
really?
So here's the thing. You guys need to make sure that you are being consistently honest. Don't make a habit of being dishonest and then have an issue when somebody doesn't believe you. Why should she have to jump through fiery hoops?
All right, ladies, let me be the bearer of the truth.
Okay, please, somebody.
Nobody wants honesty. Nobody. Women lie, men lie. Nobody's honest. KiKi is 5'4", not fucking 5'10".
I'm 5'2".
I'm 5'2", whatever. When you see her in public, she's 6'8". So it's lies. We all lie. We lie. We tell people start telling the truth when it's over. When the relationship is over, then everybody get honest. You know what? I never did like your mama. Your daddy ain't shit. That's when everybody get honest. Until then, keep lying. That's what we do. Everybody lie. Men lie. Women lie. If you looking at me, you a lying sack of shit.
Of course, that's what we all lie. That's why the representative show.
But Rodney,
go ahead, Sporty. Hold on. Hang on, Rocky. Sporty.
Rodney, I'm looking down at you right now. Look here. You men need to stop playing Russian roulette with your dick and get out and fuck free cars. Do you hear me?
Why you gotta look up at the screen?
I'm looking down at you.
Go ahead, Rocky.
No. But what I'm saying is, Rodney, I think you're right. In general, we all try to accentuate our positives. We may not necessarily deceive outright, but we all try to, accentuate our positives. But what ends up happening, I believe, is I've heard women say they're in a relationship with a guy. Mm-hmm. They ain't met his kids. They ain't met his mama. They don't know where he lives.
Right.
How you in a relationship with somebody and you don't know? That's just the basic.
What you do to Rock?
Last name?
Huh?
Listen,
they don't
here's
even
the
know
thing.
His last name.
Those are thirsty broads who are really just wanting to be in a relationship with anybody for the sake of saying that they're in a relationship. Right. Because here's the thing. You cannot tell me that you're in a relationship with somebody and you know absolutely nothing about them. What kind of relationship is it? Let me read some of these comments. They're saying this is good convo. Richard Johnston says we now live in a feel-good world. Lies make us feel good. The truth hurts. Some people might agree with that the truth hurts. It might sting a little. It damn sure can sting a little bit, depending on what the truth thing is you telling me.
True.
But again, I respect the truth overall, and I think that more people and more women should demand that than, and men, you guys got to demand more too out of these women, because, I'm giving the women a hard time about this list. I'm giving them a hard time about, dating, but you guys got to be responsible for some of the crap that y'all bring into it. And it can't be all about the women. You know what I mean? She can't hold all the onus cannot be on her,
And I'm not trying. That's not where I'm trying to lay. I'm just saying, as a man, our objective is usually some type of acceptance or gratification from a woman. And with that being the case, right? Y'all have a certain power that you guys can set a standard. If you guys can set a standard and stick to it, you guys can raise the bar for everyone, for men in general. That's what I'm saying. Because as a guy, I've dated some quality women before in my life, and I've dated some not so quality women before in my life. Given the option, I would rather date quality women. And I think if quality women set a standard, they're gonna have their pick. They're gonna have options as well of quality men. If the pool of men get better, if the talent gets better, if the character the whole, black men as a whole decide that they're gonna uphold certain values, certain family values, or just values in general.
They asked you a question, Rodney. Dirty Southern Child asked in the chat, "What's a quality woman?"
Oh, I mean, for every man, it's gonna be different. But I would like honesty, self-respect, care, concern, some level of submission, and understanding, not disrespectful, not disrespectful to herself, like I say that, I'm speaking in general here, but I think you can, things that are respectful to herself is mainly what puts her in the realm of not quality. If she's disrespectful to herself, beyond else, because if she's disrespectful to herself, she's most certainly going to be disrespectful to you.
You were supposed to say all the qualities that Keisha has.
I mean, she has all of those when she want to have them.
Steve, I see. I just let you in. Can you go back out and come back in again? We're getting a lot of feedback from you, dear.
What's going on, Mom?
Can you go out and come back in? We're getting a lot of feedback from you. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing was about, somebody mentioned define submission. I know this is a dirty word, and I was actually going to do a scope about this later, and I probably will still do it. But what I will say, ladies, that is not a dirty word.
It really isn't.
Women hear that word submit, be submissive, and they think somebody just slapped their mama or some shit like that, right? And I don't want you guys to think like that. The reality of the situation is that men and women carry different responsibilities in a relationship. Okay. And it's absolutely okay to submit. I'm not saying lay down, be a doormat, and, let them abuse you, talk to you any old kind of way. And, I'm not saying do that, but you have to understand, you have to get in touch with that feminine side of you. You need to understand that you're supposed to be the yin to his yang. You cannot carry around all this masculine energy and then think, because here's the thing. No man wants to be with another man unless he's a gay man.
Yeah, I don't need you talking to me while you holding your nuts.
Or talk about suck my dick because you mad.
And you know, one of the things I have always noticed about that word submit, you know, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say, and this works even in business. And one of the biggest things, you know, because I have a male business partner, you know, and in both business and professional, I will be quick to say, you know, whatever decision he makes, I stand behind him and I support that. And I mean that because if I can't trust him to make certain decisions, then why are we partnered together for any reason? You know, so I don't have a problem with, you know, letting him take the lead on certain things or making certain decisions because I trust what it is we're partners for.
Wait, did you just say you let him take the lead?
I don't mean it like let him as in I'm allowing him to do so. It just means that I trust whatever it is he decides he's going to do. I don't have a problem with that. It's not letting him do anything. He's a grown-ass man. He can do what he wants to do.
I just wanted clarification. I just wanted clarification because you said I will let him. So I wanted to make sure.
Because I don't mean it as giving him permission. I don't mean it like that.
Okay, I understand. The reason why I stopped you on that was because there are some women who that is their mentality. Yeah, because they're all about that. And so I just want women to be very clear about the fact that you don't let him do anything. Get out of the way and allow him to be who he is. If he's playing your role and he playing his role, things are going to organically come to pass. Go ahead, Rocky.
No, I just think I was just going to try to restate what she stated. I just think there's a certain level of compliance that she is talking about, because if you're, no matter, even if you end up doing what your man or partner wants you to do, you know, begrudgingly, that's not submission. I mean, you're agreeing, or you may decide to do it, but I think there's a certain level of compliance that goes along with submission that is almost, like Sporty said, allowing or letting it come to pass, letting letting him take the lead.
But here's the thing: a lot of women don't know how to do that because what's happened is that they've been in control in so many aspects of their lives. Absolutely. Because for whatever reason, there has not been a male in around to do that, or they haven't seen how a man operates in terms of being in relationships. They don't have any relationships model for that because maybe their mom and dad weren't together. They didn't, they ain't had no real dudes around that showed them what men were supposed to do. So they're so used to doing everything right that they don't know how to just get out of the way and let him just be right. Because one of the things, men need to feel needed.
Exactly.
If you take that away from him, why the fuck is he there? Your P-essence is not that good that it's just going to keep him around and he don't feel need. That's not enough. That's not enough.
I don't understand why women feel that is their controlling factor. They feel that is the be-all, end-all of what keeps the men around.
Can I say something to that point?
Sure.
I think in any relationship, and you guys have girlfriends, you probably know this much more than I do, but it's just the air that I get from women from time to time, is that they feel entitled to a certain level of comfort in their relationship because maybe they have tenure or what have you. They feel like, hey, I've been in this position 10 years, he better or he should, or because maybe they have, I don't know what's going on, but I can definitely hear.
Go ahead, Rocky. I'm getting interference from Derek. I don't know if he got earphones on or he's letting it come through his speakers or whatever, but I can't let him in until he gets that taken care of. Go ahead, finish.
No. I was just saying that women get to a point that they have tenure in the relationship, and so they feel like they are entitled to a certain level of treatment or a certain level of commitment because we've been together 10, 15, 20, whether it's been together married or in a relationship. they believe that they're due or owed something because of their commitment to the relationship. And I don't think you should. I don't think either party should get comfortable enough to where they feel like someone owes their life to them because
what you do
any circumstance.
Okay, what you do owe is somebody some respect. What you do owe, what you do owe that person is, the golden rule: do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That is what the whole humanity of it all. You do owe them to keep whatever promises that you made to them. You keep them. I don't care how many zeros you got behind that first number in the bank. I don't care who you know. I don't care how famous you are. If your word ain't worth shit, you ain't worth shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it is up to, that's what you owe them, and you owe it to yourself. Absolutely. Because what happens is that now, instead of you being, I can say for myself, I'm friends with all of my exes. Not because I'm special or some type of unicorn or some shit, right? Only because there's a level of respect that we've had, whether it worked out or not. Even the guy who stalked me for 3.5 years, we're friends now because there's a level of respect that has happened, and a level of consistency and a level of just humanity. Right?
You wouldn't be able to keep telling people, "Oh, I stalked you," though. You'd have to cut that out. I mean, hey, we'd have to.
Well, you did. That's my story. You can tell whatever story you want. That's the part of my story that I can tell, right? But we're still friends. We're past that.
Hey, and I hope it's not you, bro, that's liking this, but okay.
No, but that's the reality of the situation is. But most people don't have that type of relationship with their exes because for whatever reason, when it came time for the relationship to end, or at some point throughout the relationship, there was a level of respect that was lost, which made that relationship end in a horrible manner, where it was you couldn't go back to being respectful or cordial or likable to each other. So, I don't, and I think here's the thing: men don't know how to say it's over, and women don't know when to say when it's over. And
I can agree with that.
And because you guys don't know how to break up, you end up doing shit that makes her think, that's really foul. And instead of you being, oh, my ex, we're still cool, you're that motherfucker. You know what I mean? You become that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, that's supposed to be bruh. I don't know how I messed that up when I typed it, but okay. Or maybe it corrected it for me. No, but I have my own take on. I think by and large you're still cool with your exes, and that speaks to the kind of person you are and the kind of men you choose versus above all else. Because if you chose jackasses, then ain't no way you can still be cool with them. I'm just gonna go and tell you, I don't care how much honesty, how straight up you are, whatever. If you chose bad, then y'all would have problems.
Which brings me to my next thing. The picker. So many people's picker is off, which skews the list in the first place. Because that's what we're talking about, right? That's how this all began, from the list. A lot of people's picker is off. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, guys, if you're using your pee-pee parts to be your picker. And that's
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And women, I don't know what's leading you, is it the 6-pack? Is it the wallet? Is the rims on his car? I don't know what the hell you're using to pick. But the reality is that if you have a trail of bodies behind you, or your relationship graveyard, right? Or we was
not the graveyard, Key.
Or we did a relationship autopsy on your relationships. And found out that it all comes back to the pre-existing condition of your picker being off, then you need to recalibrate your picker. A lot of times people date the same old foes with a different face.
Or let's be more accurate here. They attracting the same old foes.
Well, again, you're attracting that kind of thing because of what you're putting out. You know, energy attracts energy, like energy. So I use myself for example. There was once women use status to pick and niggas use little head. Yeah, well, that's possible. I'll use myself for example. There was a time when all I was attracting was unavailable men, whether it was geographically unavailable, emotionally unavailable.
You said there was a time?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'd ask you for shit.
Just joking. It's just jokes. Just jokes.
You don't know me like that, and if you do, you ain't gonna act like you do in public. No, anyway. No, but there's a time that that was all. I mean, they was, like I said, geographically, emotionally, maritally unavailable, whatever the case. And I had to stop, and I had to say to me, KiKi, what is it that you're doing that this is what you're attracting? And I had to come to terms with the fact that KiKi was unavailable. So I was attracting unavailable, right? So if you're attracting garbage, you got a whole bunch of garbage going on with you.
I agree.
Well, let me tell you this, KiKi.
Uh-oh.
Girl, let me tell you. Just in case you Blab viewers didn't realize that KiKi is a relationship coach. And yeah, she might be my best friend, but she is one of my coaches as well. I put myself on your couch, even though you wasn't here. And Sporty had to realize, and even though I don't even talk about myself in the third person, Sporty put herself on your couch one day and realized that Sporty decided she was going to pick somebody that was like an ex and didn't even realize it. So, girl, why did I pick this man that was like my ex? Because I deep down inside missed my ex and realized that when I decided, I looked at the current and said, you know, you are so like this ex that decided he wanted to reappear in my world. And now the ex want to come back and the current is like the ex. And I said, well, damn, do I got some twins going on around up in here?
I think there's some decisions that need to be made.
Oh, well, yeah, and I'm clear. Sporty's clear about
it's
the
about
decision.
Who get the head and who get the tail.
You know, Rocky?
Now, let me tell you, the decision was already made because when I finally did talk to the coach, let me tell you, I talked to the other one, the one that's not the coach, the one that just, you know, we call her Chan Ho.
Cousin Chad! Cousin Chad!
We talked to Chan Ho and she decided to say, bitch, what's your problem? Kick that fool to the curb like you know you should in the first place and stay where you at. Quit playing.
But here's the thing. It's about patterns.
Yes. Oh my God.
It's about patterns. And we have to recognize the patterns. And most time we don't.
Girl, I looked at that pattern and I said, the hell with your accountability. I was like, who want to be an adult right now and be responsible about their life? I was like, fuck this grown-up bullshit. I want to go back in my bed, pull these covers up like this and go, damn.
But you know what? You know what? Here's again. But the reason why you were able to pick that out. And hey, Dana. For those of you guys on Facebook Mention, we are simultaneously casting on Blab and Facebook Mentions. So if you want to see the panel of everybody that we're talking to, you can come on over, click the link that I've put in the post on Facebook, and you can interact in our interactive chat room. You can do it from your desktop. You can do it from your phone. You can also tweet and post to your Facebook wall right here from Blab. Okay. Super Hustle was saying that he had to tell a lady that she was looking for unavailable men. But again, when we talk about these patterns, and you have to be honest with yourself. And most people haven't taken those steps in terms of what's up, Richard, for joining. Most people haven't taken the time to understand their patterns, you know, and they're not paying attention. You know, we got this one thing I mentioned to Rodney when we were on air earlier is that how people, he's on a call, Cousin Chan. I need you to jump back in, by the way. What was I saying? People, yeah, she made me lose my damn train of thought. She know I got early onset Alzheimer's and I can't remember shit now. Hell, she know I need my ginkgo biloba.
You couldn't remember shit before you had Alzheimer's.
Richard wants to join. Okay, let's see what he's talking about.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Do I know Richard Johnston?
No, but I do very, very well.
Okay, well,
he can't join, man. His beard better than mine. No, let him join.
Shut up.
No, it's cool, bro.
Well, we'll wait for him to join.
If he's on his picture, his beard is tightened up. So
okay, we're gonna see when he join in what happens. We'll see what happens. He jumped out again.
No, but I think you're right about whatever energy you give out is also what you will receive, what you attract. But also that I think KiKi, there's a certain aspect of when a lady or a man is compiling a list, right? Is it a list of substance or is it a superficial list? You know what I mean?
Most of the times it's superficial, which is what I was saying to Rodney before he had to get on his call. Was that, maybe we should change the whole premise of the list, because most people are making the list based on exterior things and things that shouldn't it be, like, what do I want? What can I do to prepare myself to be the best person I can be to whomever? Maybe I need to get my commitment issues together. Maybe I should, resolve whatever issue. People, some of you may use this as an excuse. My daddy issues, resolve that. Maybe I should, maybe I should lose that extra 10 pounds so that, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do so that you could be yourself operating inside of a relationship, then that's what you need to do. But most people don't think about that, because you got to think about the colloquialisms that we use every single day that we don't even realize that actually permeates our subconscious and makes us do things based on that messaging, right? Like, I'm looking for my better half. If you're looking for your better half, that means that you're the shit. Who wants you? You know what I mean? Like, it's like you're looking for someone to compliment you, not complete you. And most people now, that's their thing. I want somebody, they bought into that Jerry Maguire bullshit. You complete me. Really? I don't want.
Here again, KiKi, I don't think, I hope people don't take any of those colloquialisms as for being true, because
they do. That's the sad part. They do.
If you talk about you complete me, that in itself is a self-admission that I'm not whole, which any smart person wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone that's not whole, because there are a lot of other factors that go along. Just like I've heard this several times. I'm a middle-aged man now, so people that have been together are breaking up, that are my friends, and I think and being divorced, I didn't have this feeling, but when I hear people say this, it makes me really, really sad when I hear this. When a person says, when we broke up, that person took a piece of me with them. Now that makes me very sad when I hear people say that, because I just think, how can somebody have something of you that you can't get back? I think that's a really unhealthy way to think about things. And so, okay. I think that's a really unhealthy way of thinking about things. And how you change the person's outlook, because they believe that. They believe that they're incomplete now. They believe that they're not as good as they were before,
but
when they had this person in their life, and that makes me sad to hear that.
But that's what happens, though, Rodney. People actually believe that. They believe that they're looking for their better half. They believe that they're looking for their better half. They believe that they're looking for someone to complete them, and then they get inside a relationship and completely lose the part of them that they did have, right? And then when that person is gone, they're left with nothing. Because you don't see. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, KiKi. People seem to find it. One of the things I found so confusing about people is they find it so hard to be okay with enjoying their own company or enjoying themselves being with who they are, you know.
But they don't know who they are. You know how some people, but here's the thing, you know how some people are absolutely uncomfortable with silence. And the reason why,
to me,
you know why they're completely uncomfortable with the silence is because that requires that space for thought, reflection, and introspection, right? So if I gotta be by myself, now I got to deal with myself. I don't want to deal with me. I want to keep deflecting and I want to keep pushing that and shoveling it under the rug and not dealing with it until I'm forced to have to deal with it. And by then, you're so damaged and you've brought somebody else in on your damage, and God forbid you done procreated and now you done damaged some damn children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Rocky.
You reminded me of a point I was going to make that I completely glossed over. Well, go ahead. You just reminded me. No. What I was going to say, I learned a lot about relationships from, or I discovered a lot of theories about relationships. From talking to my 20-year-old daughter about picking. You know, it's all fun and games as a guy to choose women and have fun with women or whatever. But that same thought of someone doing that same thing to your daughter is a very unnerving set of circumstances. So, and I don't want my daughter to become subject to some of the same games that I've played with women, and at least unknowingly, if she chooses to enter into that on her own, that's kind of how I want it to happen. I don't want it to be a circumstance of trickery or deception or naivete. But what I want to say is that, and what I've told her is that I don't really care about what the guy looks like, how much money he makes, how tall he is, though I would like the gene pool to be improved. But I really don't care about much of that. My primary concern, and what I'll evaluate the gentleman that my daughter chooses on, is simply how he treats her. Because how he treats her is the only thing that really matters to me, as it pertains to, or it matters to me most, as it pertains to how she chooses. Now, her criteria may be all this other stuff, but for me, is that he treats her like the princess, heir to the throne that she truly is,
but a lot of women,
without any exceptions.
But here's the problem, though, Rocky. You know, for me and a lot of women who did grow up with their fathers, our fathers are our first love, not in a corny, nasty, weird kind of incestuous way. Right? But there are a lot of women who weren't blessed enough to have that relationship.
I like daddy's girls.
For our fathers to set the bar for the man that comes after him. He has to be able to meet or exceed what it is that my father was able to do for me. And how to make me feel, right? Make me feel special, make me feel wanted, make me feel loved, make me feel all of those things. And if a man can't measure up to that, then I can't pick him.
I was gonna say something key just before Rodney stepped in, and I was gonna say this, and it was gonna kind of piggyback what Rodney just said. I personally, when I look at the women who are truly my friends in life, they are all daddies that we're friends. A lot of them are really daddy's girls. They're daddy's girls. But here's the interesting thing, Rodney. I find that even those daddy's girls that I'm friends with, gentlemen have found it very difficult to be in relationships with them. Now,
because there's a standard
for a lot of different reasons. Because some of them are difficult for a lot of different other reasons. But by and large, fortunately, a few of them, their fathers are still alive and kicking, and so that need to have a man in their life. Their 70-year-old father is coming over having breakfast with them.
What's wrong?
Now, daddies can do too much now. Daddies can do too much.
You can't.
At some point, you gotta let your babies be grown. I mean, come on, dude.
Okay. It's not okay for me to have breakfast with my mom, so it's okay for me to not have it with my dad. I mean,
have breakfast, but not every day.
I understand that you can step in too far, and then that can cause problems altogether. But I think that the difficulty that men have with dating women who have good relationships with their father, Rodney, and you can just either say, because you said you like daddy's girls, is that the reality is that there's a standard, and
right.
And the man now feels like, oh, I can't plot my own trail. I have to fall in this path. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I see it as twofold, KiKi. I see it as twofold.
I know. I asked Rodney.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't know who's
well, this is the thing. Again, I mean, I think a guy that wants to be in your life is probably going to be cool with you. Bone is coming in. He's at the crib.
Oh,
letting him in.
Cool.
So I'm gonna have to unplug my headphones.
Come on in and bring a chair. I thought you was
here. Turn your. He bringing the chair.
He literally.
Oh, he's coming in.
Okay.
I'm coming in. Got to talk about this, Dad.
Turn your thing. Turn it down.
Oh. Okay.
You probably have to shut the app down. That's what I have to
just get on out of here.
So. I'm trying to get it where my head is blocking my unmade bed, but
that's not gonna happen.
As big as my head is.
It's okay. All right, yeah. So daddy's girls.
Okay, let me make sure I can articulate this correctly. Daddies have had at least 20, 21 years of failures, making mistakes before the girl ever get into life with him. So you see him as perfect because he's already made all his mistakes with your mama. So you see him as perfect. So when another dude come in your life 20 years after him, the mistakes he make, you like, my daddy would have never made that mistake. Your daddy made that mistake with your mama when he was 27, when he was 28. So you got to stop putting your daddies on these perfect pedestals. And it's fun because Rodney's daughters are young enough. When them little young boys come through here, we be like, they can't compete with no Rodney Perry at 23.
My daddy did no wrong, boo.
Okay, now
that's the point. He did no wrong with you.
I ain't gonna lie.
Your mom got something different to say.
I ain't finna lie on my daddy. My daddy was not perfect. I'm clear about that. However, I do understand in retrospect, I understand how he treated me and how I saw him treat my mother. Right?
Right.
You saw him treat your mama.
Hold on. I can only go by what I experienced. I can't go on my mom's experience. I can't go on Sporty's experience or Rodney's experience. I can only go on my experience. If I never saw my mama, my daddy disrespect my mama or say anything negative about my mama, then and I saw him when they had conflict resolution, how he handled those things when he was under pressure or stressed. If he didn't jap out and take it out on everybody, if I see all of these things that he made us feel worthy, he didn't. And there were consequences for our actions when we had missteps. So
yeah, I want your daddy in my life. Your daddy's amazing. I love your dad.
I'm saying he was a military man and a police officer, right? So with that being said, there was a lot of structure.
Where he at? Is he still around?
No, he isn't.
Oh, well, we love you, Pops.
So with that being said, that's the standard that I go by. I don't go by all the other stuff. Now, had I seen my dad mistreat my mom and him, there was a bunch of women because my mom and my dad were not together. So if I were to see a bunch of my women coming in and out the house and him talking bad about women, then of course the way I respond to men and interact with men would be different. And that's what I'm saying about a lot of these women. They didn't have the opportunity to see that. So they don't know what.
That's the thing, KiKi. Can I say this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a generation of us, 30-somethings, 40-somethings, that are damaged goods in reference to this topic, in reference to fathers. Absolutely. So it's not just boys that are affected, it's girls that are affected. So that's why when I say I like daddy's girls, that means she had a man in her life, so she has some sort of reference point. Like, I'm a product of a single-parent household, and why my children are better than me, it's because not because they have Rodney Perry, but because they have a reference point of what dads do and what moms do. See, when you don't have two parents, you kind of have to figure out the other side, you know.
But here's the other thing, Rodney.
Yes.
Here's the other thing. I'm gonna say this too. You know, my dad was a preacher. That's the first thing. So I'm a preacher's daughter. But I'm his only daughter, and I grew up in a house with 6 brothers. So out of those 6 boys, I've seen the whore, I've seen the gay one, I've seen the womanizer, I've seen the good boy, I've seen the perfect gentleman, and I've seen how my daddy treats my mama. So I've seen the whole spectrum of what to do, what not to do, the bullshit, the game player, how to talk shit, how to get the man to do what I want him to do and what I don't want him to do. I've even seen the one that beat his woman's ass. So I've seen all of that. Right. Whatever. You know, so you are right about the examples of what to have.
No, but I think that you're right, Rodney, in your assessment that there's a definitely a generation of people who were left to figure it out on their own, and I think that it is reflective in a lot of ways. You know, it's reflective in the relationships, the type of people that we choose, how we raise our children, and how we treat ourselves ultimately. And
what is Rocky doing? Taking a dookie?
It's that
he's trying to clean up his bedroom.
I know.
It's too late now.
It's too late. You've been on here long enough. His wife probably came in the room like, "Oh, what the hell are you in here doing?"
With your wife beater on.
But
always
Keisha run that. Don't worry about that. Keisha got that all under control. Don't you worry about Rocky. But I think that we have to be, cognizant of those things, and we need to be mindful when we're entering into these relationships or when we're wanting to approach these relationships. Thus, that list, right? Because what you're going to end up having is instead of relationships, you're going to have a bunch of relationship. It's going to be a whole bunch of crap that you're dealing with that you should have resolved before you got in. Yeah, relationship. That's drama. That's bullshit. That's stuff that should not even be there, And like I said, my parents weren't perfect by any means, but there's some things that I did not see. I did not see my mama call my daddy out his name or vice versa. I did not hear my mother say anything negative about my dad. Did she want to? I'm sure she probably did. Did she say it amongst her peers? She probably did. But in front of me, she didn't.
No.
Hey, I could hear y'all talking about me, by the way.
I think he in the bathroom.
You went to go take a boo break?
I'm straight. Nah,
you had to go do number 2?
No. I have AT&T Uverse, so sometimes it just do what it want to do, man.
Say no more. Say no more.
I mean, I'm a firm believer. I can appreciate a woman respecting her dad. My whole point is that just understand that your dad is going to be in a place of unrealistic perfection because he's your dad, not your equal. So you can use him as the standard of where to start, but don't just dismiss younger dudes because they're not able to do it the way he's able to do it. Because the other big thing is, remember, as a daughter, you can't really push your dad's buttons because at the end of the day, he got the end all say all. Like, here's the thing. Like, if you 14 and you don't want to eat what daddy done brought out, you be like, well, then go to bed. You go to bed hungry. Just think your daddy trying to tell your mama that. He pulled out dinner and she talking about, I don't want to eat this. He's like, well, then go to bed hungry. He getting cussed out right there. The whole thing. So the fact is, like, when you're a parent, your child, they can't do to you what that equal woman can do to you. So a lot of times you can do stuff and your dad will laugh it off. But if you do that to your man, he like, hey, baby girl. But you like, no, my daddy laughed this off. It's like, yeah, that's your daddy. He pay your bills.
Here's the flip side to that. What was your name again?
Bone, B-O-N-E.
Okay, Bone. Here's the flip side to that I see a lot happening.
Bone is single too.
Okay, thank you.
And a Christian.
Ladies, Bone is single.
How tall is he?
Oh, Lord. Here we go with that damn list.
You know what you really want to
me.
Sporty? Go on and ask this. You know what you really want to ask?
Don't start that shit.
pull his dick out. I'm
Wait
leaving.
a minute. Like
what does bone mean?
This?
Wait a minute. We going there.
I'm telling you what I know, KiKi, not what I think. I know this one above me. That lady right there, she gonna say something.
Rocky, what you say about Sporty?
Because you know Sporty's, hey.
We might not be able to see you, but go ahead and tell us what you say about Sporty all the time.
She's a nasty.
There it is.
Nasty mother.
All right, look. Here's the flip side, Bone. So
okay, talk to me.
When you were talking about the fact that you can't do what you did with your dad with your mate and expect it to go over the same way. What I find a lot of is that when we were talking about women and being in control and not making space for a man, what I find a lot of is that women end up treating their men like their children, and then they get mad when the man does something immature. And it's like you had to treat him like a man and not get mad, and then get mad when he does something immature. What is it in a guy that would allow a woman to treat him like a damn child?
Right. Exactly.
Well, he probably childish. I mean, really, you what happens to a lot of guys is, I was the guy that cuts our hair. He had some issues with his stepson because when he came into the relationship, the mother wouldn't allow him to discipline him or nothing. Now he's grown. And he's still a mama's boy. And so it's like that becomes a very real, and the older it get, a lot of women have created a situation with a guy that's incapable of maintaining an adult relationship.
You know what? That is a huge disservice that women do to their boys, is that when you have a male figure in this man's house, in your son's life, so much so that you chose to make him your mate. So clearly you think highly of him in some way, shape, or form, but you don't trust him enough to be the man for the son that you have. You're doing your son a disservice, because I don't give a damn how good of a mom you are. You can never raise a boy to be a man. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what it is to be a man. You don't have the skill set to be able to do that.
You know the sad thing about what you're saying, KiKi? If you say that too loud, you're gonna get a whole bunch of women try to shut it down. They're like, no, I co-host the View every now and then, and Whoopi is the number one of like, you don't need a man to do, you don't need a man. And so a lot of times you got women that they don't get to say that, like you just said it freely, knowing that it's just the truth. Because if you got a boy and he's so used to being under his mama, there's a point where he forget that's because it's his mama. He like, I'm just supposed to be up under a woman. Mm-hmm. And like you said, and you're in a relationship, you treating him like a kid. You're like, but this what I know. Mm-hmm. So this what I know.
See, here's the thing.
Absolutely.
I don't sugarcoat.
Absolutely.
I ain't sugarcoating. I don't give a rat's ass. Here's the thing. Women who are screaming to the rafters, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, I don't need a man, don't have a man. And that's your defense mechanism. That's what you're saying to make yourself feel better about the fact that you don't have a man. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I don't need a man. You right. You damn right. You ain't gonna get one. You ain't gonna have to do everything without one.
Saying it.
So I just
KiKi said.
You said you glad I said it?
I said hashtag KiKi said.
What I mean, it is, and that really burns my ass, because again, I hate this independent woman flag shit. But Beyonce, I want to break every fucking record you ever made with that independent woman bullshit. But you got a man, okay? So you listen to this girl who got a man, talk about how
a damn near $1 billion.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing, but we're not made to be independent.
I'm gonna be $1 billion man in a couple of days when this lotto hit.
Me too. We're gonna be split.
Hello.
But here's the thing. You listening, you have to consider the source, right? You listening and rah-rah until the girl talking about some, you don't need this and you don't need that. You're an independent woman. Independent woman, yeah, that means that you do it by yourself. We are human beings who are interdependent, which means that we depend on one another for different shit. So if you want to be independent over there. I'll be interdependent because I need a man to do some things for me. I just don't want to do it myself. I don't need to do it myself. I'm not interested in doing it. Let him do it.
Because Sporty was not born with a penis. I need a man with a penis.
A nice size one with some girth. a little length. I'm just saying.
Length and girth, all that.
And manscaped. I'm just saying.
Y'all ain't even asked for it to be hard. You end up with a.
I wasn't finished with my list. I said
we wasn't finished with
I wasn't finished.
List.
Yeah. See, I can make a list about that.
You got a dick list?
I know exactly what the hell specific. Now, it has to be clean. It has to work all the time.
I don't know if I have a. Hey, Rocky, do you have a vagina list? You got any requirements?
Hey. I prefer moisture, but I've been known to hit a dry whenever.
You prefer moisture, but I can fix that.
Hey, yeah.
And what you can't fix, some KY can fix. Some Astroglide can fix. A whole bunch of other things can fix.
Hey, if we don't have all those chemicals, we still okay.
Yeah, you have saliva that can do the trick as well.
Absolutely. I can use some of hers.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Well said, Rocky. You're a nasty dude, dude.
Wait, I'm tripping on KiKi was talking much noise, and then he said I could use hers. KiKi went.
I went to my happy place. What the hell you talking about?
Okay.
You called me.
I went to my happy place. Shit. I'm like, I have a listen, in case you don't know, Bone, I'm a sexpert by trade. That's something that I do. So for me, I see it, I feel it, I know it. So when he said it, I'm like,
bad. Gotcha. Hashtag KiKi said. Okay.
Can y'all hear my music? Go on, stand up, KiKi, get to it.
No.
Hey, Bone.
You got to show Bill to see my skills. I'm not finna do all that.
You're a professional dancer. You can do
it. The whole screen gonna black out.
Listen, you said I was a professional dancer.
It's gonna be some booty that spill over in Sporty screen.
No. Shut up. He's talking about you used to be a professional dancer. You're right, which is why you got to show bills to see my skills. So anyway, let's move on. All right.
Speaking of bills to see my skills,
that's right.
All right, fellas, what do you think about the ladies and their demand, satisfying their demand for cash to have they love? What do you guys think about that?
Say what? Getting what to do for money?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Hey, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get money. Let me tell you something. As a man, you get your car for women. You get your money for women. Everything that a man do in life is for the means of getting some vagina.
But Rodney, do you want to be that guy with that woman?
Do I? Hell yeah! I want to make it rain. You goddamn right. Yeah. I want to not know if she want me for my money or not. I'm tired of these women that love me for me. I want a woman that want me just because I'm rich.
Oh, Rodney, you know she don't care nothing about you.
I know.
Here's the thing. Just like we were talking about
Rodney, you want it to be your situation or her situation?
Oh no! Let me tell you something. The worst situation you could be on is a man with a woman that make more money than him. That is the worst.
It's over.
Of all. Let me tell you something.
I'd like to try.
A woman is not built to be the breadwinner. Now, might be the most sexist idea I walk around and live with, but I'm a complete believer that if a woman is the breadwinner, eventually she's gonna let you know you ain't shit.
Only if you acting like you ain't shit.
Yeah. Eventually. Well, you're not the breadwinner, so you by default you acting like that.
I don't want to be the breadwinner, but I've never been the one to shake my dick at a dude anyway. I'm not the one to sit there.
You'll pull your dick out and piss on him while he's sleeping.
That's not the nature. Here, I'm not in the business of emasculating. No. I'm in the business of empowering men. I want you to be a man. I want you to be the man, all the time. Which is why I get on women the way that I do, because I am so sick and tired of every chance that they get to emasculate men, dog them out, try to control them, try to do this and try to do that. And
that only works with dudes that are predisposed to that behavior. Because I'm completely against the idea, the rhetoric of letting a man be a man. You ain't got to let me be no goddamn man.
Well, basically, that whole terminology is meant to say to women, get out of the flipping way and do your job. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's basically what it means. It's not like I'm giving you permission to do anything. It's just saying that I'm getting out the fucking way.
That's not even something we would say.
I'm giving you the right away. Basically, like, I don't mind riding shotgun on this ride. And that's the problem. There's a lot of women that's used to being in the driver's seat and don't know how to sit in the passenger seat and just shut the fuck up. I said it the other day on my cast, Rodney. I did a thing about women and how this one lady, one of my clients was talking about how her husband never listens to her and he only hear bits and pieces of what she said. And I said, well, shit, don't you understand? I've been saying for the longest, men tune us out about every 15 seconds. So you better make it important on that 15 second, because everything in between that, he ain't heard shit.
I'm sorry, you said something?
See what I'm saying? Exactly.
Point taken.
Point taken, touche, right? So every 15, and I told her, I said, seriously, the shit that you talking about, men don't really give a fuck about. If he asks you how your day, he don't want to hear about the broad at your job that don't like you. He don't want to hear about that. All he want to hear is, my day was okay, or it was bad, or, I'm just tired. I want to sit down some damn way. He don't want to know all that other shit. He don't give a shit.
KiKi, I just want to know, when you get excited like that, it looked like you hit me over the head with your chest.
I'm about to come over there. Hold on. Hit me.
It's the other side, Rodney. It's the other side.
Go the other way, Rodney.
The other side, Rodney. You gotta be where Bone is.
Bone getting hit
on our screen. I'm right there.
Bone in my face. My face.
I guess I have to hit you upside the head on this side then.
No, but
I know they soft.
The thing about it is that what do you guys agree? What do you guys think about this? And we ain't gonna be on here that much longer because we've been on here for a while, and I got work to do. But I want to ask you guys about the theory that I put out there to the women the other day about them talking too much. I said basically it's the 3F. Think about the 3 F's: feed them, fuck them, and shut the fuck up, and you'll have a happy man on your team. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. I'm on board with that.
Yeah. I don't see that.
And on the real, for me, I don't need no lot of pussy either. You hit me up once or twice a week. Let me tell y'all something, ladies. If y'all out there in blab land,
here we go.
If you make love to your man, first of all, if you make love, you can make up. That's going to add to the length of your relationship. Okay. If you start to withhold sex, your relationship is on a collision course with disaster. Okay. Now, you can't get too freaky, but you can be freaky. Nobody wants their wife to be super duper freaky. I'm telling you, I know what y'all saying. That sex is what it is.
No, I agree with you. Sex should never be used as a weapon because weapons have been known to backfire. And when they backfire, they usually hurt the person that has the weapon, not the person that was made. So I'm all about that. It's like, look, what you have to do is cultivate that sexual energy with your man. That's a whole nother show, another blab when I talk about cultivating sexual energy and recycling it and all of that stuff. But the best thing you can ever do is send your man off with a happy face.
And I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if you married or not, Rodney, but
yeah, he married. He 19.
He is.
But I think other women can smell.
Agreed. And let me tell you about the hoes. All the shit
when it's been like 3 days.
Everything that your lady won't do that's like off her plate. They open with that. That's their first move.
You said the host or the hoes?
The host.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the host. I was like, what you mean you talking about me?
Not the host.
Oh God, no.
The host.
When it's about 3 days.
I have to clutch my pearls.
Don't clutch.
So here's the thing. Withholding sex, whether it's from your partner or from yourself, it's not healthy.
Wow.
From yourself.
Yes, that
Yeah.
abstinence
How you do
bullshit.
that?
Abstinence.
Oh, okay.
It's not healthy.
I don't know how to spell that.
It's not healthy. You have to use the thing about it. You see these 4 squares. Let's think about your life in terms of these 4 squares. You got your emotional, you have your intellectual, you got your spiritual, and you got your sexual. Without all 4 of those, right, there's gonna be a problem. It's like if it's the car and those are the 4 tires. If my sexual tire is not full, my car is going to not drive properly because the air is low. It's going to catch a flat. I can blow out on the freeway. It's going to burn more gas because my wheels aren't balanced. All that shit. You cannot take something, any extreme, whether it's too much or not enough, is not a good thing. So you can't take sex out of your life. You need that. Your body needs to release those hormones. Those chemicals need to.
I'm in favor of that.
They need to be released.
Don't waste your
and if you can't release them and you're going to use, let's say, a different method like tantric or something like that, you're recycling that energy. And until you learn how to recycle that sexual energy through your chakras, through that belly button back up to the top of your head, until you learn how to do that, then you need to go ahead and let that release go.
And don't waste
I ain't never been able to recycle nothing. I'm not really interested in and where you take it to get it recycled.
Oh my God.
Hey, I know when I'm getting on some regular, I don't even touch myself.
You shouldn't have to.
Right.
Unless
I like to touch myself sometimes.
Unless it's part of the game y'all playing, she likes to watch. But I'm just saying again about recycling the sexual energy. If you're recycling the sexual energy, it helps in terms of when you do actually release. That release is much more powerful, and it can help you have a full body orgasm and instead of just.
You talking about the don't come game? Okay, yeah, I know.
I don't know what you just said, Waco, but whatever is probably crazy.
No, it's called the don't come game.
Oh, don't come. I thought you said .com. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But here's the thing. You can recycle sexual energy without there ever being any sexual act. That is something that runs through your body regardless. It doesn't even have to be a point where you're excited or aroused. That's the beautiful thing. But a lot of people haven't taken that time to center themselves and understand about the sexual energy and how powerful it is. But that's a whole, like I said, a whole nother blab.
That's a whole nother show.
Day. Yeah, it is. It's a whole.
Until they
understand me, Rodney Perry, don't you eyeball me?
But KiKi, until we get to that blab, if they not gonna recycle it, don't waste the snacks. Mean people
I just noticed something.
Nice people swallow.
I just noticed something.
Wait.
That's not a bad edge up. I'm going bald.
What you talking
about? We can't even see you, Rocky.
We can't see you, Rocky.
Oh, good. Good.
We got you audio on.
Oh Lord, Sporty.
What's Spunky? What's Sporty saying?
He said, "Don't waste the snacks."
I said, "Mean people suck, but nice people swallow." Don't waste.
All right. So, but this is the question: is there? I mean, do you have to have a certain diet? Would you prefer?
Yes, I do prefer. I have mine
is
trained.
good for you.
I have them trained.
Speaking of sucky.
Wait a minute, cousin Chad. Hold on. Sporty, can you give Rocky your seat for a second?
Huh?
Can you give Rocky your seat for a second?
Give Rocky my seat?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, I got a question because I had to step away for a second. Did I hear that you needed 4 people in the bed in order to be sexually satisfied?
No, see, that's how rumors get started.
Okay, because I was gonna say I'm not opposed to it. That was a fantasy.
That was a fantasy of your own in which you were trying to impose upon us.
Hey, man, that might be. I was just wondering. Okay, so
no. Actually,
I don't even know where to go from there. You just.
I'm just asking.
I'm about to hang up before I get put out.
He a scope wrecker. Hey, Bone, you awfully quiet over there. You came in when we was talking about the daddy's girls. Now you done got quiet on us. What's up?
That's the Cowboy fan from Periscope.
Yes.
No.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh, he's a cowboy.
Yeah, he is. We might get put out off our own blab if we talk bad about him. So, you know.
How they gonna put me on?
I'm just saying,
Kiki.
that's what he said.
Come on now.
Come
on now, Kiki.
Let's just
Come on, Kiki.
Let's just leave it alone. I can't not with.
But Sporty said, "Don't waste the snacks."
That is correct.
That is correct.
I'm
That's what she
assuming
said.
she meant fully accepting the babies.
Right. She meant swallow, don't spit.
Oh,
I'm over here.
She's recycling babies.
I think we ate all that. That should be a campaign. Right behind Black Lives Matter, swallow, don't spit.
Boys to oh, that's a track
Not
bag.
messing with you.
That ain't the colors of the
Not
crew.
messing with y'all.
Hello. Okay, y'all.
You a punk.
Well, who's a punk?
Excited?
I am. I don't know.
You said you're a punk, Chan?
Yeah.
Why you say you're a punk?
Because all sperm don't matter. It don't matter to me. I ain't got shit to do with that.
I can't with you.
Okay.
Sporty said don't waste the snacks. You said you're not interested. It's just, I think we have gone way too far. We're approaching the 8 o'clock hour. That means that y'all getting somewhere y'all need to be trying to go. Rodney.
We say all sperm don't matter.
Rodney. What is he looking at?
I don't know. He talking to somebody.
He done muted himself. Look at him.
But okay, so and I don't mean to go down the rabbit hole, but what really did I miss? What happened? How did we get on sperm and 4 people in the bed?
You put 4 people in the bed. What no 4 people nowhere in no bed.
I'm sorry. That might be something of my own. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. You projected.
But I
now Stan, the 4
that
people,
I didn't hear.
What is the gender of the 4 people in the bed?
I heard something about a chakra and or something else and a something else. And if you didn't have all these, like the 4 flat tires on some wheels, I heard that.
Dan, just stop. I'll talk to you after the show. Because see, you always come in and whenever we get to talking about sex, you fuck it up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I was trying to get it right. So I know what we was talking about.
Like AP?
No,
yeah, like AP. Yeah,
right.
exactly. Like AP. I need to know my APs and my DPs and my CDEs and Fs. I don't know them all.
Let me tell you, Rocky, we were talking about, somehow on a sugar one day, we got talking about sex. And she started talking about, yeah, DP, blah, blah, blah. She was like, and I know, I'm like, DP, I'm done, right? And so then she said, and AP too. I said, Adrian Peterson? What are you talking about? She said, no, that's anal penetration. I said, well, isn't DP part of AP? I said, what did you think DP was? She said, deep penetration. I said, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, now that I know it's done, does that necessarily mean that it's got to go in the ass? Why can't it go in the mouth? Still be double penetration.
What the hell? Wait,
that's what y'all get.
I gotta put y'all back in my headphones. This is not gonna be tolerated.
So why can't DP be vagina and mouth instead of ass?
It can be.
Oh, okay. So I didn't say
that's not it at all.
That's not the latest.
No. I'm saying no. What I'm saying is it can be oral and anal. It could be vaginal and anal. It could be.
No.
Problem is, what she said DP was something totally different.
Yeah.
DP is vaginal and anal. Everybody know that.
Not Chan. She thought DP.
When you put it in the search, put it in your porno search engine and see what will come up.
Because here's the whole thing. The word is penetrate. You ain't got to penetrate nobody's mouth. All you got to do is open it and it go in there. Ain't no penetration. It just
technically, oral copulation is considered penetration. But I won't get technical on y'all because this, again, is my wheelhouse. But it was just a joke to me, that funny to me, that she thought that there was something else completely different from.
I got to see Fake Taxi. That's my favorite porno thing right now.
She said DP
Fake
and
Taxi.
AP.
So it's these dudes in London, right? I'll be back. So
Mom was like, I can't.
who y'all talking to about fake taxi?
What you say?
Hold on, let me get my headphones back together. This ain't for
Sam,
public.
what's that you drinking?
All right, hello.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm
Okay.
an alcoholic, right? So I can't.
You
say
can't
that
can't make it without drinking. No. So fake taxi is these dudes. So I don't know if y'all know this, but the taxis in London are a big deal. Like to be a taxi driver in London, you go through these painstaking trials to become and you got to know the city like the back of your hand, right? So
Right.
I say all that to say this. So these dudes, they drive around London. They real taxi drivers, and women get in and they proposition them. So like, say for instance, you get in a taxi and you going from Gwinnett to the South Side. It's $100 taxi ride. Halfway there, they'll start hitting you up like, look, this is $200 taxi ride. If you don't got my money, we got to figure something out. It's so hilarious to me. I can't even masturbate to it. It's so
He said I can't even masturbate.
because they ploy. Then sometimes they just ask. They be like, "Yo, hey, you know, when they get somebody from out of the country, they be like, "Yo, it's a ritual here in London, you know, that you get to shag a taxi driver." And they be like, "Oh my God, why would you say that?" And they talk with English accents, so it's really ridiculous. Go to YouPorn and put in fake taxi and enjoy.
He said, and enjoy.
Oh my
Funny as
God.
that.
This message was look at her. She done pulled up her thing. And this message has been approved by Rodney Perry, ladies and gentlemen. No, but she
gonna see what
trying
this
to get
about.
Shannon to watch porn is like she quit watching. She didn't like porn before, but then when somebody told her about 2 cups.
Oh yeah, that ain't
two
porn.
cups?
That's something else. That's something. else.
No. The 2 cups and
Two
a
girls,
swallow.
one cup.
I forgot
Two
what
girls,
it's
one
called.
cup. Yeah.
2 girls on the cups. Okay, yeah.
Two girls,
Okay,
one cup.
2 cups.
I still don't do
What's 2 cups?
2 girls, 1 cup.
2 girls, 1 cup.
What's that?
Don't worry about it.
You don't
Don't
want
even
to.
waste your breath.
I'll
Don't
send
do
you
it.
the link. I'll send you the link. Okay, so
Is the link still out there?
yeah, it's still out there.
Okay.
Because this one over here, look, this one right here didn't know nothing about it.
I
Really?
did.
2 girls.
And I don't know
one
how
cup.
that happened.
You know, for a while the thing was the reaction video. So you will watch it on tape and post your reaction video. That was a big deal.
It's a good thing nobody tape my reaction because I am not a prude in any way, shape, or form. I am aware of pretty much anything that people do out there. The act of it wasn't shocking to me because I know people do it. What I actually found shocking was the fact that I'm actually watching it.
Yeah.
That's what got me. It was like,
I think it's staged. I think it's kind of fake. You know, I don't believe it.
but there are people who do it.
Yeah, there are people. There are plenty fetish videos out there with that kind of shit. It's the nastiest shit ever.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Now that made our audience get super duper quiet.
Somebody like,
Rodney.
a bit much.
Okay, so I'm on YouPorn and I'm not finding the sex taxi. Do I have to say sex taxi or
No, not sex taxi. Fake taxi. FAKE. Fake taxi.
Oh, so they get in the cab looking like this on purpose? Get the fuck
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
so
But that's the question: is are the women real or not? And they play it like they're real. The only one they don't show is the guy because they blur his face out because they want him to keep.
I ain't
Taxi.
never got in the cab looking like this.
okay, so
What was that?
y'all taking a ugly trip down another lane that we don't need to go.
I'll do something else because all I see is an ass in the air, so that's not helping me.
Yeah, and I see
It's not helping me. I don't see a car, a yellow car anywhere. Okay.
It ain't yellow. They black in London. They got
No.
big back seats.
Do I need to kick you off, Sporty, till you get your life?
I'll pause it. Go ahead.
Okay.
That's the
Okay,
devil.
thank you. All right, so we getting ready to get out of here, guys. Rodney, thank you so much for sitting in with me today. I had a great time with you earlier. For those of you guys who don't know, Rodney has his impromptu Facebook radio show.
Hilarious.
I happened to not be doing something at the moment when he came on. He was like, I'm finna Skype you because you ain't doing nothing because you're talking to me. So I chimed in on this conversation, and I actually listened to that conversation earlier, and I said, well, listen to the conversation I'm having right now and the conversation that I had with you earlier today. I sound like two different people. I didn't curse that one time on your show.
Oh yeah, you
this
know,
morning.
It's all, it just comes and goes. I'm pretty much a cuss myself. What you sipping on, cousin Shan?
You gotta ask KiKi. She made it for me.
KiKi don't even drink.
Yes.
But I know how to make drinks.
Oh God.
I know how to make them.
You're a scientist.
I made her. It's real simple. I just made her a vodka with a tropical punch, tropical punch juice, and I splashed of something special that I didn't tell her about.
Probably that coconut Ciroc.
Nope, I ain't touching that with no coconut.
Oh, yeah,
you try to kill me twice. Rocky said it touch crack.
All right, y'all.
Rodney,
it's over. I'm leaving.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
I like blab.
All right.
I'm a blabber. I love it.
Wait, yes, you're a blabber now. Follow Rodney, follow Sporty, follow me, follow Cousin Chan, and subscribe to our stuff so you can be notified whenever we do blabs.
You sound good.
Blab, bitch. Blab.
He's stupid.
He's stupid. Bye, y'all.
I'm trying to hang up. It won't go.
Okay, I'll kick you out.
Okay.
Rodney, you just tapping my screen. It's crazy. Y'all crazy. I'm closing it. I'm closing the house. The doors of the church are now closed.